All right, next we're going to find the distance between B and C. So to find a distance, we probably need the points. Let's write down the points of B and C. B and C. B is at -8, comma, +4, and C is at -3, comma, -8. All right, copying down the distance formula, D is equal to the square root of y2 minus y1 squared plus x2 minus x1 squared. So before we plug in the numbers, not confuse ourselves, we're going to label our x and y coordinates. Go ahead and label your coordinates real quick before you check mine. And that's going to be x1, y1, and x2, y2. So this is going to be the square root of -8 minus 4 squared plus -3 minus -8 squared. So be real careful here because both of these values are negative. It goes -3. This minus sign is from this minus sign. There's always a subtraction sign here, and then this minus sign is from this -8. So don't lose track of that. Some students go -3 minus 8, and they lose track of one of the negatives. This gives me the square root of -12 squared plus the square root, or -3 plus 8, so 5 squared. So 144 plus 25, which is equal to 169. And then I think the square root of 169 is 17. Perfect. So we're saying that the distance between B and C, is about 17 units. That sounds right. Moving on. Is it 17? Oh, it's not 17. It's 13. Yes. That's what I get for not using a calculator. The square root of 169 is 13. All right, now for the midpoint of B and C, we're going to use the coordinates of B and C. Go ahead and write down the points for B and C again. So B is at -8, 4, and C is at -3, -8. Write the midpoint formula, so x1 plus x2 over 2, and then y1 plus y2 over 2. Go ahead and label your points, x1, y1, x2, y2, and plug it in. -8 plus -3 squared, and then we have 4 plus -8 squared. -8 plus -3 is -11, which is -5.5. And then 4 minus 8 is -4 divided by 2 is -2. So the midpoint between points B and C is -5.2, and between B and C is at -5.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.5, comma 2. Yeah, right here. Oh my gosh, right on my line. That's intentional. All right, take a second, process everything, and then go ahead and try the last one. Check your answer with a neighbor or the one posted in front of your class. Good luck.